Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Rylo Adventure case. You can see I just picked up the Rylo. I have it right here. Big fan of this action 360-degree 4K camera. It pretty much can bring you back anywhere you go. And by that I mean with the video you capture with it, will it be the most stunning quality? No, but it'll be very good, and you'll have a 360-degree view of your travels, wherever the Rylo goes with you. And then you have the ability, as I covered in my review of this camera, to essentially use Rylo software, arguably one of the most powerful points in their product line as part beyond the image quality, because their video editing software is so solid. The only gripe I have with their video editing software is that they have yet to come out with a desktop version for Windows. They seem to cater directly, for mobile users, Android, and of course iOS. But the only desktop software that exists presently to edit the footage, unfortunately, is on Mac, and that is of absolutely no help to me. And editing Rylo's footage on tablets and smartphones is far from ideal. So I'm hoping, here's to hoping that they come out with a desktop version for Windows. After all, the world does run on it. But with that put aside, the Adventure case retails for $70. This was not provided to me by the manufacturer. You can see it's only waterproof up to 10 feet, so good for snorkeling, no for scuba diving. If you want to protect the Rylo in general from weather conditions while traveling, this is an accessory to pick up. Now, I have read some things about performance issues, but until I actually utilize it, I'm not going to buy into any of that because that just simply isn't the way that I work. So without further ado, let's get this thing out of the package and see what we're working with here. And, the Rylo, again, I love it, but I'm torn simply because it does not have that desktop video editing software that a 4K 360-degree camera like it needs. It has everything else, though. I mean, when it comes to capability, quality, it just does exactly what it promises. Now, as far as getting this box out, that may not be as easy as I thought it was going to be, because I'm smacking it around, as you can see. We got a little leverage. That seems to have worked. So let's take a look. Whoa, it is just all over the place from the shaking. So what they have included here is the actual underwater. Again, it's more like just protection for your Rylo. You can adhese this to whatever you would like with that 3M double-sided tape. There is another joint here, which looks like it is just another mount for it. And then in addition to that, we have a replacement cover for the actual enclosure, just in case either side gets scratched, I assume. And then this looks like a tightening tool, which I presume has to do with this right here. But I could be completely wrong. And this is why we have instructions. So let's take a look. So essentially what Rylo has in terms of paperwork here says clean both lenses before you use it, store in its protective pouch, which is actually inside of this, rinse after exposure to salt water. That is a requirement with any underwater enclosure. Those of you who don't do that will pay the price. It will erode the case, so please be aware of that. And then replace the lens if it is damaged. So they give you one replacement. What's this guy right here? Those are some of the tiniest screws I've seen in a while. But that is pretty much it. And there are instructions in here, but I'm not going to go over them. I'm getting ready to leave on a trip. I just wanted to share this with all of you. This was something I had asked Rylo to furnish me with from the start, because I had a very good opportunity in Mexico with it to use it, but unfortunately that became only an outdoor use rather than an underwater or in any conditions or elements. But now that will change on my next trip here. So I will be reporting back to all of you how this works out, and you may see video if Rylo ever decides to give us desktop quality or an option. I won't even say quality, desktop software, because I just don't have the time for the rendering on tablets or smartphones. They just simply are not built for rendering 4K video, and unfortunately only an Apple consumer would think that, and that's exactly who ironically has desktop editing software. At any rate, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button if you did. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.